All right, let's jump right in. We're going to talk about something that's, well, it's pretty much essential for navigating life these days, and that is personal development. This isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving in everything you do.
So let me ask you something. Ever get that feeling, like the ground is just constantly shifting under your feet? You finally think you've got a handle on things, you've mastered a role, and then bam, the whole game changes.
And look, if you feel that way, you're not going crazy. You're right. Change isn't some possibility anymore. It is a guarantee. At work and our personal lives, everywhere, we're always being asked to adapt. So the real question is, what do we do about it? How do we prepare?
Well, that's where this idea of an essential toolkit comes in. To handle all that pressure that comes with change, you need a strategy. And that strategy is personal development.
Okay, so what is it really? Let's break it down. Personal development is basically the active process of making yourself better. It's about consciously deciding, hey, I want to improve here, setting some real meaningful goals for your career, your education, or just for you personally, and then actually making a plan to get there. And it's not a one-and-done deal, right? It's a lifelong commitment.
So you might be thinking, okay, sounds nice, but why should I make this a priority? What's the actual payoff here? Well, we're about to dive into 4 core benefits that honestly make this a total game changer.
All right, first up, benefit number 1. It forces you out of your comfort zone. And this is huge. Why? Because real growth, it just doesn't happen when you're comfortable. Not ever. It only happens when you push yourself right to the edge of what you thought was possible.
You know those parts of your job or your life that you kind of secretly try to avoid? Yeah, the stuff you know you're not great at. A personal development plan makes you look right at them. It forces you to face them head on. And when you start working on those weaknesses, you're not just getting better at one little thing. You're literally expanding your entire capacity for success.
Okay, let's look at the second one.
So benefit number 2 is kind of the other side of that coin. It develops your strengths. See, this whole thing isn't just about patching up your weak spots. It's about taking what you're already good at and making it great. We're talking about turning good enough into genuine excellence.
And there's a really important distinction here. Think about it. Lots of people can be good at something. That's your baseline. But when you intentionally focus on and nurture those strengths, that's how you become excellent. And that's where you unlock your real potential.
All right, on to number 3. Now for our third big payoff, and this one is huge. It boosts your confidence. This just naturally happens when you do the first 2 things, and man, is it powerful. When you're actively working on yourself, your belief in yourself just skyrockets.
Think about it. Every single time you hit a goal you set for yourself, doesn't matter if it's learning some new software or getting better at public speaking, you get a real, tangible win. And that win feels good, right? That feeling creates momentum. Confidence isn't just something you're born with. It's something you build, one win at a time.
And now for our 4th and final core benefit.
And this brings us to number 4, which really ties it all together. It improves your self-awareness. Honestly, this might be the most profound one of all, because this whole process is really a journey of getting to know yourself.
At the end of the day, you can't improve what you don't even understand about yourself. Personal development makes you hit pause and ask those really big questions. Who am I, really? What do I actually care about? And where am I truly trying to go? Getting clear on that, well, that becomes the bedrock for everything else.
Okay, so you're probably on board with the benefits, right? But the next logical question is, how do I actually start? It can feel like a lot, I get it, but it's way simpler than you think. Let's look at a clear map to get you going.
So here's the path forward. First, you've got to figure out your goals. What do you actually want? Then you get honest about your weaknesses. What's holding you back? And just as important, what are the strengths that'll help you get there? From that point, you build a real plan, you track how you're doing, and you make changes along the way. It's a constant cycle, right? Act, reflect, and grow.
So as we start to wrap this up, there's one really important thing to remember. This isn't a race. There's no finish line you're supposed to cross. It's a journey, and it's one that changes and evolves right along with you.
And you know what? That's the real beauty of it. It's a commitment to always be learning, to stay curious, to be honest about what you're good at and what you're not, and to just keep working on becoming a better version of yourself, day after day. So I'm going to leave you with a question. After everything we've just talked about, what's the one small thing, the one first step that you can take today to start this journey? Really think about it, because that first step, that's everything.